Alright, so I have mixed up this young man's meds. Not that I've actually done much mixing. They dissolve pretty instantly in water. All the feathers around Angel's feet here have been pulled out of his throat. We found Trich in his throat swab last night, and by that cough, it may have gotten into his trachea. And unfortunately, once it's in the lungs, it's fatal. He was given a Trich tablet last night. Yeah, you can see all the throat preening he's doing. It's because his throat hurts. That was the uncomfortable yawn. You can see his tail bobbing. It's definitely in his sinuses. Hopefully he'll feel up to drinking today. He didn't yesterday. You want to come get a sip? Oh, you want out? Oh, are you actually interested in food today? He wasn't yesterday. That's how bad his little throat hurt. Where are we going, Angel? Where are we going, buddy? Is that what you wanted? Oh, that is what you wanted. You need to go inside and eat. No, you need to go inside and eat. Don't eat the seeds with character off the floor. Go inside and eat out of your clean dish. Come on, come on. I'm glad you're feeling that much better at least. I know, I hear you. I'm sorry. Oh, do you just want out? Okay, you can have some out. I have to be careful about where he goes while he's out. It's not gonna hold your weight, baby. Oh no, you want to be in there? Glad you feel better enough to want to come explore. He would not come out of the corner of his cage last night. He's a little bit more bright-eyed than he was. But we're going to keep him in here throughout his treatment and for several days after. A lot of this is stress preening, but some of it is legitimately molting. And you can see the casing from his new pins that he's preening off at his feet there. You feel good, bud? You can hear him coughing still as he preens. I know. I don't know how much you've seen of him in previous videos, but you can see how pale his beak is. An itchy man. I guess it wasn't the food he wanted. I guess it was the shelf. He's going to be very mad at me for it, but I'm going to have to shoo him back into his quarantine cage here in a minute. I know, buddy. Okay, buddy. Come on, I gotta feed everybody else too. Gotta feed everybody else too. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, did you want scratches? Yeah. Oh, our baby wants scratches. He's so full of pins. You were so mad about being in there last night. Is that where you actually want to be right now? Oh, buddy. No, I'm not taking you out of quarantine. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take you out of quarantine, buddy. You're still sick. Glad he likes that carrier. There's some spilled seed in there that he's going to try and eat. And his mouth's uncomfortable again. Yeah, come on. Thank you, Angel. Come on. Time to go back in, bud. Time to go back in, bud. Come, no. Back inside. I know you don't like your quarantine cage. I know you don't like it. I know it's scary. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. No. Nobody. 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 Come on. Nobody. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean to trip you. I know, bud. I know, bud. I'm glad the Spartrix helped a little. Hopefully, hopefully so will the avianitazole. I'm gonna leave the camera here with you and go get it. Yeah. Want to eat food, bud? Actually, let's see if I can find a better spot for this. There we go. Now y'all can see him. And I'll be right back with what I treat him with. No. 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 Okay. So avianitazole is what he's treated with. Well, the second thing he's treated with. What he got last night was a dose of Spartrix, which is carnitazole. We gave him a tablet as soon as the parasite was found. Oh, I know, baby. know, baby. And that's combined with the 2 meds in avionidazole, which is given by water. The prevention and treatment are several different shades of bullshit. So as you can see here, as a prevention, you're told to add a minute amount to the drinking water for 2 days, 8 weeks before a race, and for 2 days again in the middle of racing season. And for treatment of a sick bird, you add 5 grams to 1 liter of drinking water for 3 consecutive days. So, having done throat swabs at the beginning and then at the end of these, we know that 3 days is not long enough to actually get rid of the parasite. It's just enough to make them not symptomatic if they're not going to die. They've still got it, they're still sharing it, they're still a danger to new birds and wildlife. So we give it for 7 days, which is long enough to wipe that mess out. And even though we noticed Friday when we went out that he wasn't feeling well and brought him in immediately, by the time we noticed, it may already have been too late because it may have already gotten in his lungs. And we're filming him presently as an example of what a very, very sick bird looks like. This is for educational reference. You can see the way that he's fluffed, and you saw the difference in the earlier video from where the way he moves when he's more comfortable. Like, he's a very upright postured bird. He's very, very tall. You can see the tail bob. His beak's not open like it was yesterday. But he definitely doesn't feel good. He's not full-on breathing open-mouthed. The cough is a little less harsh than it was. If you can get to a trichomonas infestation fast enough, you can clean it up. But fast enough is different for every bird depending on their immune system as individuals. And him being half utility king doesn't really have the best. Utility kings are bred to produce squab for restaurants. They're raised a lot the way battery chickens are. It's a pair to a cage where all they do is make babies. Usually kept in a warehouse. Now, I'll grant you an air-conditioned, comfortable warehouse because, you know, birds that aren't comfortable aren't going to reproduce. But they don't flock very well, and their immune system compared to other breeds is kind of garbage. Not like ringneck dove level garbage. Your ringneck dove would have been dead 24 hours after I'd noticed symptoms. We noticed his Friday morning. It's Sunday afternoon. He's still with us, though for how much longer I can't say. No, bud. No, bud. He is not interested in water or food. He just wanted to be somewhere else. Once they're at the point when they're not interested in water or food, it's really hard to medicate them, because that's the last thing to go. Like, they're usually still thirsty, at least, but his throat hurts too much for him to swallow, so trying to give him meds by a syringe would just be painful and make him panic. Now, we're still probably going to have to, if at the end of the day he hasn't eaten or drank anything. Because, well, that's my grandson. I gotta at least try. But it's looking very much like if he doesn't perk up in the next day or two, we're gonna have to make the call to the vet and have him put to sleep. And yeah, with birds, because of what's known as avian stoicism, where they hide symptoms of being unwell very, very well, when a bird becomes symptomatic, they go downhill very quickly, and you can bust your ass and do everything you can, and you still may not have reached it soon enough, because by the time it's showing symptoms, it may already be too late. That's why every new bird gets a fecal and a throat swab before we do anything else, because it may not be showing symptoms when it's new, but it may be harboring a parasite or a pathogen. If it's not, great. If it is, we clean it up. I really hate to leave him when he feels this bad, but everybody else needs fed too. Like, how's a comparison? Leon came in here because she tried to scalp a 2-week-old. No, not even 2 weeks old. They just turned 1 week. She decided she wanted their nest, got in there and tried to scalp them, and that's like the one behavior I absolutely will not tolerate. So she came in, and you can see what she's done to her dish overnight. She's eaten a significant amount of it. Her poos are drastically different. They are, for the most part, firm little balls of fecal matter, whereas his are just sad, wet green splats. She's upright and making angry warning sounds at me. This is a healthy bird who's just not happy about being here. This is a very sick bird who also isn't happy about being here. Okay, everybody else needs food, so we need to go.